Number 1. Which of the following expressions is 5 times as much as the sum of R and S? So this expression has to be equal to 5 times as much as the sum of R and S. And we have to respect the order of operations. So the sum goes first and then the multiplication. So 5 times as much as the sum of R and S. The right answer is D. Number 2. What is the solution to the equation? The easiest approach we could do is we could multiply all of the terms or all the equation by the biggest denominator, in this case 4. So we'll get rid of this 4 and the 2's. So we multiply the first term, the second term by 4, the third, and finally 5 times 4. Here we can simplify. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times x plus, here we simplify this 2 with this 4. We have 2. 2 times 3 is 6. And we have to multiply this 6 by x plus 1. Minus, here we cancel out the 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Equal to 4 times 5 is 20. So 2x plus, we multiply 6 times x and then plus 6 times 1. So 6 times x is 6x plus 6 times 1 is 6 minus 1 equal to 20. We have 2x and 6x is equal to 8x. Positive 6 minus 1 is 5. Positive 5 equal to 20. Now we can move the 5 to the other side of the equation with a negative sign. So we have 8x equal to 20 minus 5. Eight x is equal to 20 minus 5 is 15. Now we divide the equation by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. So we got x equal to 15 divided by 8. This is our answer. And the right answer is C. Number 3. What is the number of grams in 500 kilograms? 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So the amount we want to convert kilograms to grams, we have 500 kilograms times, and we have to cancel out the kilos. So the kilograms have to be in the denominator. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. So we cancel out the kilos and then we multiply 500 times 1000 which is 500 times 3 zeros, 1, 2, and 3. Because we have 3 zeros here, we can just simply add the zeros. So the right answer is 500,000 grams. The right answer is D. Number 4. We have this graph that represents the jars sold, 4 different flavors: blueberry, grape, peach, and strawberry. So Robert sells 4 different flavors of jam at an annual farmer's market. The graph above shows the number of jars of each type of jam he sold at the market during the first 2 years. So we have 2 years here too. Which flavor of jam had the greatest increase in the number of jars sold from year 1 to year 2? So where can we see the greatest increase from the first year to the second year? What about the grapes? It adds like 5 jars. Peach, it's yes, around 5 too. Strawberry decreases like negative 15. What about strawberry? We have 5, 6, 7, and 8, around 8. Blueberry increases from the first year to the second year in around 8 jars. The right answer is A, blueberry. Number 5. In the xy plane, a line crosses the y-axis at the point 0, 3 and passes through the point 4, 5. Which of the following is an equation of the line? First we have to find the equation of the line, which is this one. Y is equal to the slope, which is m, times x plus b, and b is the y-intercept. In this case, we know it because the y-intercept means that x is equal to 0. And when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. If we look at the answer choices, we have 3 and 3. So we can forget about C and D. Now, we need to find the slope. The slope formula is m equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And these two formulas are really important because you can see them a lot in the Accuplacer and SAT tests. And these questions are almost easy to answer. In order to find the slope, we need 2 points, and we have them. So x sub 1 will be 0, and y sub 1 will be 3. For the other point, x sub 2 will be 4, and y sub 2 will be 5. So let's replace those values. The slope is equal to y sub 2, which is 5, minus y sub 1, which is 3, divided by x sub 2 is 4, minus x sub 1 is 0. Now, 5 minus 3 is 2, and 4 minus 0 is 4. And we can simplify this. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the slope is equal to 1 divided by 2. Y is equal to the slope 1 divided by 2 times x plus the y-intercept, which is 3. This is the equation of the line, and is equal to A. The right answer is A. Number 6. The amount of money, M, in dollars, Paul earns can be represented by the equation M equal to 12.5 times H plus 11, where H is the number of hours Paul works. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 11 in the equation? What does this 11 represent? Let's evaluate each answer choice. A. The amount of money in dollars Paul earns each hour. Well, if we look at this, 12.5 times H, this amount is multiplied by the number of hours that Paul works. 11 cannot be the amount of money he earns each hour because it is 12.5. So it cannot be A. B. The total amount of money in dollars Paul earns after working 8 hours. If we look at the equation or the text, there is no restriction or condition about that saying that he'll earn more money or less if he works certain amount of hours. So it cannot be B. And C, the total amount of money in dollars Paul earns after working for 1 hour. So again, just as this one is the same as B, for 1 hour or 8 hours, we do not have any condition that says that he'll earn more or less. It cannot be C. And finally D, the amount of money in dollars Paul earns in addition to an hourly wage. We know that this is the hourly wage. So he earns $11 additionally to the hourly wage. The right answer is D. Number 7. We have this table with 5 countries and the population for each country in millions. The table gives the population of the 5 largest countries in the European Union for the year 2014. Which of the following is the closest to the mean population of these countries? So we have to find the mean. And what do we do to find the mean? We need to calculate the average. And how do we calculate the average? We have to add all of these populations, these 5s, and then divide it by the number of countries we have. In this case is 5. So let's do that. So first let's add the decimal part. 9 plus 8 is 17, plus 8 is 25, plus 5 is 30, plus 3 is 33. So we have 3 and we carry a 3 because it's 33. Now we add 3 plus 5, which is 8, plus 0 will be 8, plus 6 is 14, plus 4 is 18. We carry a 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. Plus 6 is 21. Plus 4 is 25. Plus 6 is 31. We don't have to carry here the 3 since it's the last number. And now we have a decimal point. So we just add one place for the decimal part. And this is millions because we have to keep the unit. Now we divide this 318.3 million by the number of countries we have, which is 5. Now, which number multiplied by 5 is less or equal than 31? 6, because 6 times 5 is 30, and we'll have 1 left. We write the 8 and the rest. Now, which number multiplied by 5 is less or equal than 18? 3. 5 times 3 is 15, so we have 3 left, because 18 minus 15 is 3, and we copy the decimal, 0.3. Now, since 3 is smaller than 5, we'll add a point and we'll delete this point. Now we multiply. Now, which number multiplied by 5 is less or equal than 33? Again, 6. 5 times 6 is 30. And if we want to continue, we could add a 0. And what number multiplied by 5 is equal to 30? 6. So we cancel out that. And that's the end of our division. Now, since the hundreds is bigger than 5, we can round the tens. So 63.66 can be 63.7. And if we look at the answer choices, the right answer is C. 63.7 million is the mean population of these 5 countries. Number 8, which of the following fractions is equivalent to minus 6 minus negative 9 divided by 8? Now, negative times negative becomes positive. Positive 9 divided by 8. Now, negative 6 plus 9 is positive 3 divided by 8. And we cannot simplify, so that's the answer, 3 divided by 8. The right answer is B. Number 9. Water runs from a pump at a rate of 1.5 gallons per minute. At this rate, how long would it take to fill a tub with a 150-gallon capacity? So we want to know how many minutes it will take to fill this 150 gallon capacity. And we can use the rule of 3. We have gallons and the minutes, what we want to find. So we know that 1.5 gallons is being pumped per 1 minute. The water runs from a pump at a rate of 1.5 gallons per minute. Then how long would it take to fill this tub of 150 gallons? We don't know how many minutes it will take. Now we just do the cross multiplication. 1.5 times x equal to 150 times 1. 1.5 times x equal to 150 times 1, which is the same, 150. Now we have a decimal here, so we could multiply the equation by 10. So we multiply the two terms by 10, and we'll get here just the point will move one position, so it will become 15x equal to, and here 150 times 1 is 150 times 10. We just add a 0. 150 plus 1 0 is 1500. Now we divide both terms by 15. Here we'll get 1. 15 divided by 15 is 1 times x is equal to x equal to, and here we have 15 and 15. 15 divided by 15 is 1 times 2 zeros is 100. So x is equal to 100 minutes. The right answer is B. Number 10. The volume of a right rectangular prism is found by multiplying the length of the base by the width of the base by the height of the prism. A right rectangular prism has a volume of 30 cubic inches. If the height of the prism is 6 inches, what is the area of the base of the prism? So here it says that the volume of a right rectangular prism is found by multiplying the length of the base by the width of the base by the height of the prism. And we want to find the area. The area is equal to the length times the width of the base of the prism. Which is this length times width. The volume is 30 cubic inches equal to the area times the height. The height is 6 inches. We can divide the equation by 6. Here we'll get 1, and 30 divided by 6 is equal to 5. 5 is equal to 8. So the area of the base of the prism is equal to 5 square inches. The right answer is A. Number 11. Jacoby followed a recipe that requires 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. If he used 8 cups of flour, how many cups of water did he use? So we have two types of cups, one for flour and another for water. So we could use the rule of 3. We have cups of water and cups of flour. First, the recipe requires 2 cups of water for every 3 cups of flour. Now he is using 8 cups of flour, and we want to know how many cups of water he will use. So that's our unknown variable. And by the way, these are mixed numbers. It's 2 divided by 3, and this one is 5 1/3. Okay, now we just do the cross multiplication. X times 3 and 2 times 8. X times 3 is equal to 2 times 8. Now we divide by 3. Here we'll get 1 times x is equal to x is equal to 2 times 8 is equal to 16 divided by 3. We could turn this fraction into a mixed number. So we divide 16 by 3. What number multiplied by 3 is equal or less than 16? It could be 5, because 3 times 5 is 15. 16 minus 15 is equal to 1, so we have 1 left. We write the quotient, and the fraction is the remainder divided by the dividend, which is 3. So this is the right answer. The right answer is C. Number 12. 4x plus 5 plus 4x plus 8. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression above? So let's try to solve this expression. So we got 4 times x is equal to 4x plus 4 times 5 is 20 plus 4x plus 8. Now we have similar terms. 4x is 20 plus 8, we have to add them. So 4 plus 4 is equal to 8x plus 20 plus 8 is 28. We have to factor. What about 8? So it cannot be b, but we can factor by 4. Let's see, it's equal to 2x plus, and 28 divided by 4 is equal to 7. So yes, the right answer is A. 4 times parentheses 2x plus 7. Number 13. It took Khalid 90 minutes to complete 40 tasks. Which of the following is an equivalent rate? So we have 10 tasks in 0.9 minutes, and so on. The important is that we have tasks and minutes. And here we have tasks and minutes too. So we can use the rule of three. We have two types of information: tasks and minutes. So initially it took 90 minutes to complete 40 tasks. And then we want to know for Khalid to complete 10 tasks. 10 tasks because we have in all the answer choices 10 tasks. So how long will it take in minutes for Khalid to complete 10 tasks? Proceed with the cross multiplication. 40 times x equal to 10 times 90. We can divide it by 40. Divided by 40 is 1. 1 times x is equal to x. X equal to, here we can cancel out 1 0. The half of 4 is 2. The half of 10 is 5. So we have 5 times 9 is equal to 45 divided by 2. So x is equal to 22.5. 22.5 what? Minutes. So it takes 22.5 minutes for Khalid to complete 10 tasks. The right answer is D. Number 14. The table above shows a survey of 50 registered voters in a city. Each voter was asked whether they planned to vote yes or no on two different issues. If a voter who plans to vote yes on issue P, which is this row, is randomly selected, what is the probability that the voter also plans to vote yes on issue Q, which is this column? First is randomly selected who plans to vote yes on issue P, and additionally that voter has to plan to vote yes on issue Q. So it's the intersection over here, and the total has to be 20, not 22, not 22, it's 20. So remember that the probability formula is equal to the number of favorable outcomes divided by the number of possible outcomes. In this case, the favorable outcomes is the voter who plans to vote yes on issue P and also wants to vote yes on issue Q. So it's 8 divided by, and the number of possible outcomes is the total of the voters who plan to vote yes on issue P, which is 20. Now we can simplify this fraction. Half of 8 is 4, half of 20 is 10, half of 4 is 2, and half of 10 is 5. So it's 2 divided by 5, but we have to divide to find the decimal. So we divide 2 by 5. 5 is greater than 2, so we need a 0 and a point. We add a 0 next to 2, it becomes 20. And what number multiplied by 5 is equal Then 24, 5 times 4 is 20, so the division ends there. There's no remainder. Therefore, the probability is equal to 0.4. The right answer is C. Number 15. Which of the following values is equivalent to 5 to the power of negative 3? We have a negative exponent, and that means that it can become a fraction. It will become 1 divided by 5 to the power of 3. So we divide the number by 1, and the negative becomes positive. But we can still do more, because we don't see this in the answer choices. So we can multiply 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Times 5 is equal to 125. So this is equal to 1 divided by 125. The right answer is B. Number 16. Which of the following expressions is equivalent to open parenthesis x to the power of 3 times x to the power of 2 close parenthesis to the exponent of 5. First, we can do some operations inside the parentheses, and since we have the same base, x and x, and it's a multiplication, we can add the exponents. So x to the power of 3 plus 2 is 5, and then that to the power of 5. Now this is a multiplication, so it will be x to the power of 5 times 5. The base stays the same. 5 times 5 is equal to 25. And this is the answer, x to the power of 25. Therefore, the right answer is C. The elevation at the summit of Mount Whitney is 4,418 meters above sea level. Climbers begin at a trailhead that has an elevation of 2,550 meters above sea level. What is the change in elevation to the nearest foot between the trailhead and the summit? And there's an additional information that 1 foot is equal to 0.3048 meters. So we have to convert meters to foot. So first we have a trailhead, and then we have the summit, which is on the top of the Mount Whitney, and that's 4,418 meters. So first we have to find the difference between the meters, the highest number minus the lowest number. So 4,418 minus 2,550. 8 minus 0 is 8. 5 is greater than 1, so we need 1 from this 4, and the 4 becomes 3. 11 minus 5 is 6. Now 3 is smaller than 5, so we need another 1. This 4 becomes 3, and 3 becomes 13. 13 minus 5 is 8, and 3 minus 1 is 1. So this change in elevation between the trailhead and the summit is 1,868 meters. And remember that we have to convert it to foot. So for that, we know that 1 foot is equal to 0.3048 meters. And the meters on the denominator because we have to cancel out the meters. Now we multiply 1,868 times 1 divided by 0.3048, and this is equal to 6,128.60. Now since the tenths is 6 and is greater than 5, we can round it. The number rounded is 6,129 feet. The right answer is C. Number 18. We have these two equations, 3x minus 2y equal to 15 and x is equal to 3. The two lines given by the equations above intersect in the xy plane. What is the value of the y coordinate of the point of intersection? So we want to find the value of y. And we know that these two lines intersect. We know that x is equal to 3, so 3 times 3 minus 2y is equal to 15. 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 2y is equal to 15. Now this 2y can go to the other side of the equation with a change sign, and this 15 can come to the left side of the equation with a change sign. 9 minus 15 is equal to positive 2y. 9 minus 15 is negative 6 equal to 2y. Now we divide the equation by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so y is equal to negative 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the right answer is B. The y coordinate of the point of intersection is negative 3. Number 19. We have three sets, L, M, and N, are shown above. Which of the following sets represents L union of the intersection M and N? First, we have to find what's inside the parentheses, the intersection of M and N. And the intersection means what both sets have in common. In this case, what does M and N have in common? Let's see, 5? No. Both have 10? Yes. 15? No. 20? Yes, both have 20. What about 25? No. And therefore 30, 40, and 50 are not in set M. So we just found that the intersection of sets M and N is 10 and 20. So the union of the set we just found, the union means that we have to put together all from both sets. So first we have 0, then we have 10, then we have 20, 40, 80, and finally 100. That's it. And as we can see, the right answer is B. Number 20. Triangle PQR lies in the XY plane and the coordinates of the vertex Q are 2, -3. Triangle PQR is rotated 180 degrees clockwise about the origin. The origin means that the center or the coordinates 0, 0 for x and y. So this triangle is rotated to around here 180 degrees. If we would say 90 degrees, it could be over here, but that's not the case. And then reflected across the y-axis. Reflected across the y-axis means that the triangle will kind of look in a mirror across the y-axis, so it will move to around that position. And this is a new coordinate for Q. What are those coordinates? If our triangle moves to this position, we know that the values for x and y are positive because it's on the positive side of x and y. If we look at the answer choices, the only coordinates that follow that criteria are 2 and 3. The others have a negative sign or both negative. Therefore, the right answer is D.